Monday, all you conformists out there. Where should we put this? Maybe put this over here. Point ourselves towards ourselves. Here I am on a Monday. Boy, oh boy, does my circadian rhythm really put me in some interesting schedules, if you will. So I've been staying up until like 3, 4 in the morning, doing a multitude of things, but ultimately trying to get better at the overall aspect of doing the process of making this graphic novel. The one thing I really do enjoy about these streams is that we stay on one very fundamental issue, and that issue is completing a graphic novel. And I would say in the last 72 hours, I made a pretty fundamental mistake, and I'm going to continue to make that fundamental mistake if I don't make adjustments to my behaviors. And that particular mistake is burning myself out and succumbing to the stresses of the reality that I can't just do something in one day. This is a culmination of months and months and months of work. And in many cases, I mean, specifically this project, you would say years. And this particular project, I think, has been going on for about 4 years now. And that's a long time. But I can't be too hard on myself because it isn't something that I do full time. And at the moment, it is something that I do full time. So when I started doing, to give some exposition here, when I started the process, I was going to school and I was working. And so whenever I had free time, I would work on this particular project, and it would forego literally any other extra thing that I might be attached to. For example, romantic things or dealing with family. You already can hear it. But doing things that promote, being a better son and brother and uncle and grandson and things like that, and focusing my energies on this stuff. And I think that balance isn't necessarily even something that's nice to have. It's something that's necessary to have. And I think that over the weekend, I've had an epiphany, a few different epiphanies, and one in particular I'm going to share, which is that I can't rush the process. I decided to do something that can't completely be done in one day. This is something that's going to take a lot of consistency, and it also takes organization and patience. Oh boy, does it take patience. And so after resting and spending a significant amount of time kind of getting myself what I needed and kind of rebalancing myself, here I am again to work. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do as many panels as we can in these two different stories that exist. And then I will take a break and I will probably get something to eat. I'll go to the gym. I'll do some writing. Then I will start developing panels, and then I'll be back to the stream. And we're going to continue to do this until the project's done. I have a particular issue, for whatever reason, with the struggle of finishing the project. And the aspect of finishing the project is that once it's done, it can now be judged. And I think I enjoy the journey, which is a fundamentally important attribute that you need to have in order to take on these types of projects. But I have, for whatever reason, issues with finishing, because at that point, then it becomes judged, it becomes open, and it becomes public. I don't know if I've completely made peace with that, but I have to recognize the fact that that is something that's causing me to delay finishing things. Therefore, I do the full cycle of being a creative, which is that I'm satisfied in the ability to express myself through a medium. And then the last aspect of that is that you give it to the public to consume. For whatever reason, I've delayed that process. I'm working on it, and I'll get better at it. There. That's my disclaimer at the beginning of today's stream. So let's continue to make panels. And we are in story B, which is one story that can exist, which is that you have your space cats and our explorers and our surveyors, and then you have the pillows. Not necessarily the mud pillows, but the pillows. Fujo Bear, you've returned. Fantastic. I missed you. And Fujo Bear, one of our loyal OGs in the stream. So we're going to finish all of the panels that have been developed, and then we'll go back to writing. We'll look at what we have, and we'll develop. So what I'm generally doing, which is in a non-traditional behavior in the development of comic book pages, is I'm actually approaching this closer to a filmmaker, which is that in filmmaking, things come up all the time. Your actor gets hurt. Someone quits. You lose your location. The location doesn't turn out the way you thought it would. You only get 8 shots in a particular location. Yada, yada, yada. But you still have to figure out how to make it work. And that's the same situation we have here, which is that I have panels that have been inspired based on concept art and general ideas and instincts that I had to create them. And then you have that conducive story that needs to make sense and flow for the audience. So I'm giving them experiences, but let me tell you something. People like to know where they're going. And if I'm not sure where it is, and I have to make that compromise. So if I'm going to be the kind of creative person who's kind of creating things on impulse, and I'm also in the storytelling medium, then I need to take the hand of the people consuming the story, and they have to go somewhere because that's the deal. Anyway, back to drawing. Boy, do I yap. How long has that been? 6 minutes of no drawing. What a terrible way to approach it. No, I'm just kidding. Just being hard on myself. All right, so we're going to grab some panels, and we're going to push them to completion panel-wise. Let's see what we have. I've been avoiding this drawing here where I'm not sure if Hamder chewing through the bars is something that's necessary to exist, so we're gonna delay on that. Let's grab something that we haven't looked at in a while, which might be interesting for the stream. The Hamder story. Ooh, I get so exhausted because I'll be like, oh no, this exposition needs to be built, and then this exposition needs to be built. I need to the epiphany, and I can actually draw while I'm talking about this. The epiphany that came about was that I realized that the process of comic books is pages. It's pages. Do whatever it takes to get the pages made. Don't dwell on it too much. Don't dwell on the pages. I was dwelling on panels because I was looking at panels like shots, series of shots. And I think there's something there, but at the end of it all, it's the pages. And that's what we're going to do. Pages. And the question is, how many pages can I do in a stream? I actually feel confident I can do a decent number of pages. Oh, this is an interesting page. We can probably get through these. These are pretty much the format is already done. So we got this, this, and this. Why don't we take both of them? Okay, copy. All right, and then we'll create a new layer that's just for how does he escape and jump into the pocket without the jail? Yeah, because he chews through the bars. That's the difference. That's how it's different. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you have to show him? I guess you do have to show him biting through. Yeah, that's a good point, Fujo Bear. Fujo Bear, always several steps ahead. Several steps ahead. But we're not going to focus on Hamder. Right now, we're going to focus on JobBot and his pages. Yeah, you're right. It's absolutely right. You are. Those things, that part of exposition is important. You could just assume that Hamder's smart enough that he can escape, but you're right. You should show the audience so that they don't have to. They deserve that information. It's a necessity. So this is JobBot landing in this ship that's kind of giant for whatever reason. So let's take this and do this one. This is a good panel. Where's my kitty? I don't know where she's at. She's always taking naps. Ugh, she's a professional napper. Okay. So maybe what we'll do is, for whatever reason, I put one in the foreground. Maybe we do the 3. I like to do the 3-panel animation thing. So maybe what we'll do is we'll create another panel of the door opening so they can anticipate the door opening. So we could maybe do something like this. Animation's a good idea in comic books, in my opinion. So let's go for this. So this is the ship has landed and JobBot comes flying out. to save Oliver and Jammer. Again, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Alert, alert, alert. Spoiler alert. Not bad. How's the kitten doing? The kitten's doing pretty well. She's been fussy lately, though. I don't know. Maybe I got to take her out. What up, Gray Fox? Welcome to the stream. Hope you all found something to watch over the weekend, because I know I didn't stream over the weekend. But I spent this weekend, I will say, it doesn't mean that the stream didn't move forward this weekend. I will say that I spent a significant amount of time figuring out how to restructure and reformat the stream. And it's not something catching any good mice lately. Yeah, that's funny. I don't think so. There's no mice in the apartment. What is going on here? Is the other stream showing? I don't understand where that sound is coming from. Oh, this is someone else's stream. All right, all right. Sorry. Always got to manage this. Yeah, I hope you guys found some good streamers over the weekend. I was like, what are we going to do with these streams? You know, I've been doing this for a while, and the numbers have been kind of chill, and it makes me realize that that I think dealing with this format, some level of structure would be beneficial. Why can't I grab onto this? Oh, no. Uh-oh. We might be crashing. What's going on? I might have to change these batteries out. But this doesn't matter on this, though. Why is this so fickle? Come on now. I might have to close this project. Oh no, we might be crashing, y'all. Well, stay tuned. If we're crashing, I'm coming right back up. But for whatever reason, this isn't. Maybe you got to calibrate. Man, oh no. Wonder what's going on. All right, I'm gonna actually close this. Don't save. What if we can do it in this project? No, it's just, you know what we gotta do? We gotta recalibrate the tablet. You guys ever seen that? I wonder if I could do it. I actually tried to stream. Last night I tried to stream from my laptop and the stream crashed after about a minute. This music's a little too epic for right now. Let's do something a little more chill. Let's calibrate. Where's that? Calibration. Calibrate. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if this works. Okay, there we go. We're back. Cool. Let's bring back the big boy again, and then let's grab our layers that we want to work on. Is the dot thing? Is that the dot thing? Yeah. Yeah, that was me calibrating the tablet. So you got to communicate with the computer and let it know, because it's got to be very, very accurate. And so you got to recalibrate. Okay, so that's not too bad of music. Do a little bit of music. I've been taking hits by streaming stuff. I don't know how these React streamers, I don't know what they're doing, because when I react to popular videos, I don't get strikes against me, but they basically I don't know what it is. I get a copyright strike, which means that, let's see which one we're at here. We can get a lot of work done today. I'm actually very excited for today's stream. You know, here's another thing too I didn't talk about. I did a 10-hour stream last week, didn't I? 10 hours. Was that a week ago? How long ago was that? Y'all remember? My point is, I think I got a little burnout from that, but I'm ready to do another one. No, that's not right. Where are you at? Is it in the B story and not the A story? That's interesting because that's actually pretty clever. There's enough here for a good story. This is the best project I've ever done. I will say that. This is not some phoned in type of thing. This is, oh, it is in this chapter. Okay, cool. All right, let's get some job bot work done, huh? Okay, cool. When in doubt, I need to put a Jack Kirby layout system on here. Jack Kirby layout system on here so that I can pick out how I want to tell stories sometimes when I'm in a bind. Jack Kirby, man, he did it all. He crawled so we could walk or something. Is that the saying? He crawled so that other people didn't have to crawl no more. He crawled and now we all crawl. I don't think that's the saying at all. Let's see. Where are we at now, baby? Okay, so let's remove this. I don't know what I was thinking with this, but we'll remove this. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically add to this and give people clarity. That's, if there's anything that I learned from the first book, is like clarity is pretty important to people and they don't want to feel confused, because I think that people do want to like my work. That is the gift that I've been given in a sense. But sometimes they don't know how to connect with it, and that's frustrating for them. And so I'm expressing myself as a creative person, that's the dream for a creative person, to get to do that. That's what people dream about when they want to be artists, They get to express themselves, and then that has an effect on other people. Some people want to do it because they want to be a celebrity or something. That's still a real thing. Nothing against any of that stuff. It's just not my motivation. But my motivation is being a creative. So here we are. Oh, Gray Fox, you might have to watch a video on how to do commentary on a YouTube video without getting copyright strikes. I think you may have to put, I do not own the right to this video on your video description. And you think that maybe the AI is able to read that and goes, all right. As opposed to maybe they think that I'm like taking credit for it. Yeah, I could see that. All right, so JobBot comes down this hill, right? And this is actually, we're looking at panel 2. So let's create a panel 1 for this. So I'm going to drop the opacity on this. Not because I believe in tracing, but if it's my work, it's okay. Okay, so let's just keep this aspect of the panel down. So this is the bottom of the ship, transport ship, kind of coming down like this. Ooh, let's match it. Let's not try to improve it, okay? Because we need consistency. We don't need to keep redesigning things. One other thing that I notice about really great comic book artists that stream and stuff, they do this thing. There's a thing that they do that I don't do, which is that I constantly keep trying to improve the drawing while I'm drawing it. There's a point where they accept where they're at and then they stylize within it. That's kind of a part of the process of comic book creation. Don't mind the town outside, which is the city of Chicago. You guys can probably hear city of the Chicago type of things going on. It's a very active city, I would say. Is that like how people do reaction videos to movies and clips smashed together? Yeah, basically. Or there's just a lot of people out there who are just fundamentally reacting to things, right? And I wouldn't mind doing that. I mean, I have a perspective on things. So I was like, okay. So like for the 10-hour stream, I'm going to need to take a break, but I don't want to end the stream. So I don't think there's anything wrong with me reacting to popular content. And so what I'm saying is I think that these guys, I think they take the strike. I do. I think they take the strike. Because basically what happens is if your video makes money, the money goes to the person the copyright has been perpetrated against, or however you want to say that. I don't know exactly how to say that. And that's really what's happening. Okay, so for whatever reason, I decided to try to improve from here. I don't think that's the route to go. Let's just keep it the way it is, bucko. Let's not try to do too much, because we don't have time. We got to finish this damn thing. I'm not selling individual panels and pages. I'm selling the whole book. So we got to give people this experience. You know, if I wanted to make it better, I should have done it when I first started. So let's start with these guys over here. They're just watching with a little booty. So I think, my point is, I think they take the hit, and they take the hit, which is that YouTube's not paying them. And they take the hit. I guess we could copy and paste a lot of that. And then let's maybe push out some air. I think they take the hit and then they're okay because of the exposure they get. Sorry. Sometimes I don't finish a thought because I got to think about the drawing. That's a skill that I need to get better at, which is that I need to give people better streamlined consciousness while I'm drawing. That's the skill. It's like, okay, cool, you can draw, but like you need to be able to give commentary to people. Like, for example, you know, Gray Fox is losing weight wandering around Texas, listening to me in the headset. So if I go silent and it's just music, that's going to happen. But I really need to do a better job of making sure that I have things that can fill Gray Fox's ear with interesting ideas. So that's the goal. So maybe we go like, maybe these are like, I don't know, exhausting kind of things. So actually we might be able to do this in 4 panels. So what if we do it like this? I'm actually willing to add 4 panels to this series of pages. It's a pretty good value actually for a page. And if you know, if you pay attention, comic books do give people a lot of value. American comic books, at least. I would actually say the mangas can probably get very frustrating for some of the American comic book creators, because they're also like, dude, they're not really doing that much. Okay, so we got this one and this one. Okay, so what might be better to do is to do this one. It's true, I do overcomplicate things. That's a good point. So this would be 2. Maybe we could get a close-up of what... Come on. Is this not plugged in? There we go. I might have to swap out the batteries on this. Well, and here's the other thing too. Like, if I'm going to create a graphic novel online, we have to be completely honest about this. This is a boring process. And so I don't think this is going to be for everybody. So to get upset that not everybody's watching wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, the process is boring. And you know, if you had a live feed, they're making a movie right now. I can't remember. Leonardo DiCaprio is working with Paul Thomas Anderson, which I'm automatically going to go see that movie. I see anything that Paul Thomas Anderson puts out. But if there was a live feed of the making of the movie every day on set, I think that the numbers still wouldn't be that incredible, because making a movie is very labor intensive and kind of boring. actually. So, you know, there's that. Let's see. Is there anybody watching on YouTube? Whoops. Sorry. What happened? That's so weird. Isn't that weird? Dang, oh, dang 'em. That music really switched up on us. Anyway, back to it. Watch any good Halloween movies recently? It's already October. Can't believe it. Wow. Yeah. Did I watch any horror movies? No. I passively watched Dirty Work for the first time, which is a comedy. You know, in my own time, I generally, believe it or not, I reach for comedies. I like the chill comedy thing. And then maybe we'll do this for the last one. So we would kind of go like this. Oh, we already got this at the bottom. So this is them running. So it's 3 panels. Door opens. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look at what we got here. I'm going to merge these down. Not sure if that's the best move ever, but yeah. So then we go like this. There we go. So we got this one where they land. I don't think we need this first panel. So actually let's cut the first panel. What we'll do instead to keep it interesting is we'll put a close-up of what the Mudpillow's faces would look like. So then that's interesting too because we could do more than one panel. So why don't we try that? Huh? Let's try it. Let's make this interesting. So we'll do this with 1, 2. Give people some value, huh? I don't know if we need 3 actually. We might be able to do this with 2. Let's do just the 2. So let's actually put this over here. And now we got 2. What do we got? Speaking of comedy, how did yours go? Any good crowd work? No, you know, I actually worked on trying to figure this out. I didn't want to overextend myself. Once the book's done, then I'll do some stand-up comedy as a way to kind of like what I used to play pickup basketball, which is that I would try to get better, but it wasn't, you know, it's not like I was trying to be the best ever or anything like that. But comedy is not easy. It's actually pretty hard. So maybe what we can do is we can do a 2-shot here. Maybe he's got tears in his eyes. It could be one of these things. I do this shot a lot, actually. I'm not a one-trick pony, but I'm a very few trick pony, I think. Maybe. I think that's just part of the game, right? You start to see the redundancy and then the veneer or like if you went to go see a stand-up comic show after show after show, you'd realize that they're doing the exact same act every time, and that might actually kill it for you. Yeah, I didn't do any crowd work. I had some jokes. I actually was writing a joke last night, and in the middle of writing it, I was like, this isn't that funny, which is actually a pretty nice thing for me. Generally, I'll do is I'll hold on to every idea I have, and it's so dumb. You got to be at some point looking at, you got to acknowledge that some of your ideas are dumb, and that's okay. Not all of them are bangers. Okay, so we got these guys. So instead, we'll have 2. Maybe he says something like, here comes the mud. Okay. There we go. So we got a whole thing going on here. And then what we can also do with the mud pillows close-ups is that we can light them accordingly, because you could say that a lot of light's coming from the ship, you know? Okay, so here we are. Let's merge these down. Besides listening to you on my earphones while I'm walking, I do listen to the stream while I'm driving, while on my way to pick up my kids from school. I will watch when I get the chance to. Wow. Well, I'm glad we found each other. Okay. So this will actually get stretched down like this. Okay. And then let's make sure we got all the... We got this one, and then this one I have to go to. I wonder if we can squish these and actually just have the bottom one be a big panel. I don't know if that's too many panels for a page. Let's try it, huh? It might be time for that, for Fujo Bear's favorite, which is the 5-minute draw. It's not a bad page. That's a pretty good page. Not a bad page. Cool. Yeah, a little too high still. Okay. Maybe we'll do something like this across the way. Yeah, we'll worry about it later. And then, ooh, some chill music, huh? All right. All right, so we got it all in one page. So we improved the page. And now let's isolate these panels. These close-up ones don't need a ton, but let's do 5 minutes on them, huh? Start our timer. And now we're off. Let's maybe flip this. This actually, to kind of keep it looking in. Where are we at here? So we got a minute. Mostly what we did was design. So let's get in here. Let's see what we can do. Here I am redrawing again. There we go again. Gotta chill out on that. Where are we at here? We got 3 minutes. Okay. Make sure to put mud around here like this. And so the light's coming from the front. So what we can do is we can actually probably cut this. Or we can keep some of it. All right, let's cut this one. And so we got about 2 minutes. Let's add some texture to this. Let's just texture it up, huh? And so it kind of comes around like this. So I know the shape of the pillow in my head. So what I'm doing is I'm actually just highlighting. Well, highlighting might be the wrong word because of the implications of the definition of the term in the process of drawing. But I would say that, you know, it's recognizing the contour lines. So what's really happening with the shape of this thing. So we can't go in here and do every single thread, right? Like this would take a lifetime to do. So it's not necessarily the things that you decide to draw. It's kind of the things you decide not to draw, then the things that you draw. But the things that you draw are also acknowledging the things that you don't draw, if that makes sense. So it's those decisions, making really good decisions with the lines that you choose that really starts to separate your art from others. Not that this is a particularly amazing piece of art, but let's, not set ourselves too hard. So I'm going to actually use some more contours around here. Now remember, they kind of have that burlap sack kind of look to them sometimes. And so we'll do the contour lines closer to where the shadows would be. Now we only got a minute. Yeah, starting to get a little sloppy. This is really where it's all done, right? During these moments. And then also let's put an outline of them up. So what we'll do is we'll put this, well, we'll have to put black behind them. When in doubt, black it out. Comic book formula. Okay. Not too bad. Maybe we'll outline around it just to kind of make it a little bit bolder. There we go. And then this line here is the outline. So let's go ahead. All right, so we got to finish what we're doing, though, even though the timer's run out. We're still obligated to create a panel. Obligations. Obligations. Okay, so obligations, which means that even though we got the 5-minute timer, we still got to kind of pull this in together. And so as we get closer to the edges, we'll go ahead and do these harsher lines or the thicker lines. And then let's put let's merge these together. And then let's put an outline around this character. People love those outlines. Let's do that, and then get one in here. And then from these outlines, you could do some stylistic stuff around them, but I'm gonna try to keep it kind of chill here. Actually, let's maybe use a little bit of this back and forth, right? Where you start to use white. This is a very popular thing within black and white comics that contemporarily still makes them pretty popular. is this black and white back and forth. Because most comics are really leaning into color and really cool color with cool printers and stuff, and we're not playing that game, so we gotta really highlight the black and white stuff. Okay, yeah, it's not too bad. All right, let's plug it into the page. Let's see what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and drop the opacity on this. Grab this panel, make it a little bit smaller. And let's fit it in here. Let's see what it looks like. So we kind of have this real small, but still detailed. We're still giving people a little something to look at. Now let's do this twosome, huh? Yeah, let's do it. This twosome. And we'll do this for 5 minutes. Man, I've been drinking a lot of water. How does that affect? Guess you can't do two things at once. Computers. All right, so let's do this one. 5 minutes between two of them respond. So it's not quite as much of a push in. And also kind of like shows people that if we go close enough in, the mud pillows actually do have irises and do have eyes and stuff. Okay, let's drop this down and let's go for it. 5 minutes in here, huh? And here we're off. Okay, so we got this guy like, hey, what the heck? People are really talkative about the election out here right now. Someone wrote in the sidewalk, the election is being used for violence or something like that. Kind of an interesting take. Okay, so now let's get these contour lines in here. So you'd say his head kind of pops out a little bit, right? So we want to kind of go ahead and give it some of that. Then also these eyes, whoa, what's going on? Give it a little bit of personality, some of that spookiness that people love. I was really surprised when someone said that the book's kind of scary. I was like, I didn't really think about it that way. There we go. All right, let's skip over to this side. Two and a half minutes to get this together. There we go. We got a minute and a half. All right, texture it up, baby. Let's get some more texture on these guys. Something similar right here. Oh, we got a minute. Let's get in here. Got about 20 seconds. All right, just getting textures in here to make sure the textures line up. That's one of the hardest parts, I think, is learning where to put the lines, you know. What I like about the mud pillows is the cross hatching makes perfect sense for their... Oh, see, you always never have enough time. Never have enough time. All right. What is the name of the planet where the mud pillows are from? Good question. It is the planet of Flufferton. Flufferton. Should have made it Flufferton. Planet Flufferton. Okay. So let's do the same thing for these guys. Let's give them a little bit of an outline. Well, it wasn't necessarily consistent, but it works. Now let's do this one. Ooh. And then let's go ahead and I think we have to delete the interior of this. Like that. So we would need, let's merge these together. This is 24, so let's drop these together. All right, let's see our progress here, huh? So we have, here's our first layout, right? This is where we started from, right? Notes and everything involved. This is what you would call, actually it's a little bit farther than a layout, but it's, you know, it's basically like a, I guess we'll just call it a layout. All right, so then we fill this guy in, and then we'll fill this guy in. Right here, pretty detailed, you know. We're giving people a little something, you know. Yeah, let's put it like that. So now this is what we got so far for this page. Not bad, huh? So not bad. Let's take a look at what we got here. Uh-oh, that water's... Hold on 1 second. All right, I'll be right back. I got to take a quick break. What is this? Oh. nugget. I love when cats turn into like a loaf of bread. One of my favorite things. Okay. I should do a food review on this banana. 11 thumbs up. Okay, so oh, this is going to be fun. Kind of thinking about what I'm going to do. How I'm going to approach these drawings. I think the steam should probably all come out at the same length. Would make more sense. All right, let's do it. Okay. Let's grab this one. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I wait. 5 minutes. So dumb. All right. Back at it. Back at it with the something something. Aw. So let's get rid of this. And also, let's make sure we have what we need from the first panel. From the first panel, we got to go ahead and make sure these match. It's got to be continuity situations. And it's not copying because it's my drawing. If I'm copy and pasting from my drawing, it's A-okay. It's not unethical. I worked really hard not to trace throughout my life. And there's a lot of tracers in this world. And that's okay. I just don't want to be one of them. Okay. So we'd say this and this. Okay. So let's see what we need. And this is not going to be part of the 5 minutes. What do we need from this panel? What we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn this into a soft layer. Nope. Wrong one. This into a soft layer. Like this. And then we have to look at it and say, okay, what are we borrowing from this bottom layer? Well, we're definitely going to take, there it is. We're definitely going to take all of this. All of this. So let's put this in there. No, Kitty. I don't have time. No, Key. Get away, Key. She hears me talking again. Are you talking to yourself? Okay. No, Key. So let's get rid of this part where JobBot's there. No, Key. No, Kitty. Get out of here, Kitty. So we don't need these parts. But the rest of it... Oops. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. I like you too. All right, now let's merge these down. Let's get it moving because we got to do our 5 minutes. 5 minutes of draw. What the heck was that about? Oh, no, that works fine. Versus this. This looks basically the same, right? Okay, cool. It's not cheating. It's my drawing. Don't be saying stuff like that. Okay, Kitty. What is it, Kitty? What is it? What is it, Kitty? You want to be on stream? Say hi. Say hi. Can you see what's going on? Wait. Kitten. Say hello, kitten. She's like, no. You're getting into a big girl now. She's a feisty cat. Okay, so I'm going to think a little bit how I'm going to approach this before we do our 5 minutes. We could probably do some texture on here and then revisit it. Actually, you know what's interesting is this drawing actually piggybacks off another drawing. Let's pull this out. This is what could be considered a spoiler. Spoiler alert. So don't look if you're not ready to see. Okay, so it actually comes from this set of panels here. So there's actually a big hole, right? If you look right here, let me show you guys. See here, around here, it burned this hole. Not the best sphere on the ground, but that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this would mean that in this background, there's actually a lot of burnt area here, like this. And so really what we're looking at is a bunch of crusties. So actually, let's put some more crusties around here. These are burnt mud pillows. Put them like this in here. And maybe put that other leg right here too, just as a reference. Whatever. Whatever. What do you think, Kiki? She thinks I'm weird. And she would be correct. She would be absolutely correct. Am I popping over here? Kitty, watch the audio. Kitty, watch the audio. She don't ever be doing nothing. All right. Let's start our 5 minutes. Right, meow. Don't you dare start messing with me, kitty. I'm doing my 5 minutes right now. 5 minutes to get this bad boy off the ground. So we would go here, here, here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and flip this like this. So they match. And then we'll go ahead and erase what's underneath. What is it, Key? What is it, Key Cat? Key Cat, patty whack. Give that Key a bone. That kitty don't want no bones. She don't want no bones. That kitty don't want the smoke. Okay. So we got this. And let's make sure that this is this is architecture, or this is kind of like vehicle work. What are you doing in my chair, Key? Now you want to hang out. Now we also got to know that let people know that they're looking at a ship. And if I sense that the cat's behind me right now. You just want to hang out here, kitty? I'll give you some space on the chair. There you go. Go ahead and have a seat, little baby. Little sweet girl. Whatever you want, Gil. Whatever you want. If you're my Gil, you get whatever you want, if I can provide it. Okay, so whatever I can provide, you can have. I guess that's the deal. No, kitty, don't leave me. No, Key. No. I'm just kidding. She's still here. She hasn't left me. We're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, so I was really working on the what you would call the steam, I suppose. Okay. So you guys will work on these mud pillows that are staring a little bit. We also got to give them some shadows, but we'll get back to that. We'll come back to do shadows. Okay, we're at 1:50. Let's get a little more texture going on. There's texture on the ground, remember. Don't forget. Ooh, I don't really like these puffs, though. This one might take another 5 minutes. Because it's cool to do things in a certain way, but it's definitely got to communicate. And physics doesn't change for your creativeness. But yeah, these are whatever. It'll work. Just spent 5 minutes on these tufts of steam. Could have done well. Got another minute onto the same stuff. Do you ever think that maybe you're not going to finish the book? No, I never think that. I don't think it's about whether or not I'm going to finish it. There's no worry about that. It's just how soon can I get it out? And now I would say an even sooner thing that I focus on is like not getting burnt out, 11 seconds. Let's work on these mud pillows a little bit. Okay. Let's do another one. We're going to just do another 5 minutes on this. Needs to be done because this isn't done. I'm just worried that you're not going to finish this book because your streams are inconsistent sometimes. Okay. Well, the stream is really for drawing. So if I'm sitting here pondering or doing research, that's not really stream worthy stuff. So just because I'm not streaming doesn't mean that I'm not working on the project. This is my project to do. So that's not really a thing. Sorry, not trying to be a hater, just an observation. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it as hating. I don't see you're hating. You're just trying to have a conversation. What's kind of interesting? I've started to notice, so as of the last week or so, I've been doing a lot of research watching streams. I guess I could call that homework or whatever. And the one thing that really astounds me is what people are doing on their streams. And what I notice is that if people say things that people don't like, and they're literally require, and this is actually a sign of the times, something very frustrating for me as a whole. If people are not in full compliance of either you completely believe what I believe or you're out of here, is such a weird thing. Now I get that sometimes people are trolling, but I will say this though. I don't want to, to give people credit. If your idea is well written and it's I notice that people will offer that. Now they might shut you down or whatever, but that's just the way it is. Okay, 2 minutes and 55 seconds might be all I needed. Actually, since we're on here, why don't we just keep going, huh? Because we got this. So let's kind of create this kind of texturing everywhere. Also, let's kind of bring this down. Cool, because I think you're talented and just want to buy your book. Cool. Yeah. I'm trying to make it for you, buddy. Yep. And you can't buy it if I don't make it. Where are we at here? Okay. Yeah, make this like a centralized thing. Kind of this concept. Okay, and then now let's kind of stylize the edges a little bit. Okay, and then we got this one. So let's maybe, well, let's individualize these puff streams, right? Man, that looks terrible. I do a lot of these plumes. All right. We gotta let it go. Okay. Let's merge this down. Nice, soothing music. Thank you. Wow, you're welcome. I didn't make it, but I'm using it. You know what I mean? Okay, and then we got this. So let's see what this looks like in our panel. So what we have is this top one. So let me give you an idea of what it looks like. Let's zoom in more because you guys probably can't see what's going on. So this is what it looked like before, and now after 10 minutes of development, we have this. Whoops. What was that? Oh, might have centered it wrong. Okay, so let's get a little bit of a before and after. We got before, after. Yeah, not too bad, huh? Needs a little bit more depth and some black, so we should go over it again, but we're going to keep moving forward. This next one's definitely going to take more than 5 minutes. This is going to be a 10-minute one, I think, for sure. Let's go for it. Whoa, did I start another timer? Oh, no. Let's not do that. So this is JobBot coming out of the ship. So he squishes some mud pillows, which is always a funny gag. And he's coming down. It looks like there's some mud pillows in there. So I think that was before we codified how this portion of the story was going to be. So actually, let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of this. And this could be a really interesting panel. All right. Well, let's start putting it on. Let's put it on the timer, huh? What happened? You know what's funny is that sometimes this keyboard powers my laptop, which is such a goofy little thing because they shouldn't be connected. I don't know what happens. It's a nice drawing of JobBot. Maybe we'll strengthen this a little. Actually, the JobBot looks pretty good, so we don't really have to do that too much. So what do we got here? We got these arms that come down. Maybe we'll repeat this one again. So let's do one that kind of comes down like this. Like this. It's kind of got this cool look to it. I've been doing this aesthetic pretty much for the whole series. We might have to do a little duplication from side to side on this one. Okay. Where we at? 3 minutes in? Ooh, baby. That's tough. Kind of like this ramp idea. So we also got this, and then let's say that it kind of shuts down pretty big. Like, go like this. Cool. The perspective on this was done right. That's good. That's always exciting. Perspective's a tough one. Something I have to continuously keep working on. I remember one time we had an art teacher who pushed us into perspective, and I didn't enjoy it very much. I think maybe I didn't like being not good at something, and I didn't understand the implications of it. Pretty typical education story. So then some light can actually come out of this. Let's maybe copy this one and put it on the other side. Where are we at here? A minute? Oh yeah, this, like I said, this is going to definitely be a 10-minute one. There we go. And then let's erase what's underneath it. Because we got to get there, you know what I mean? There we go. And then let's get underneath this. There we go. Uh-oh. We're starting to lag a little bit. What's hard on the computer? I don't know. Okay, there we go. There's this one. This is the first timer, right? Yeah. Yeah, just a first timer, yeah. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Maybe we make JobBot a little bit bigger. Because otherwise we're almost like, what are we looking at? Why are we looking at this? So let's make JobBot bigger. There we go. It's a little too big. And then let's get over him and do something real nice on top of this. Not bad. We could probably keep this bottom here and then just get rid of the rest of what we got going on here. Where we at in a minute and a half? Oof. It's tough. Actually, and then we're going to crush this down to the top notch. Oof. I don't know. Do you ever worry that you're not going to get famous? Man, what is your deal? No, I don't worry about it. Also, I think that it's kind of like the concept of trying to go viral. Man, some of these comments. It's like the concept of trying to go viral, which is, in my experience, actually, because I had a job recently where it was basically my job to go viral. It was basically an impossible job, but I took it because I needed the work. And it's just pretty much impossible to do it. Going viral isn't something you do on purpose. It's something that happens when you're making a bunch of things and then everything comes together, and for whatever reason, the public responds to it the way that they do. Okay, so we got this. He needs some. All right, so this is interesting. Did I already do the other 5 minutes? I got to do another one. Surprised. Okay. Okay. Let's do. Also, if I wanted to get famous, I don't think this is the way to get famous. There's not a lot of famous novelists, graphic novelists. There are a few, but you got to think, like, look how long Alan Moore's been working. And I think what really made him famous was when the movies came out. They wanted to, people love movies so much. I think they started going, who made this happen? And then Alan Moore's, started to get bigger and bigger. But still, like, people don't know who Alan Moore is. You really got to know your stuff. So no, I'm just here to be creative. There we go. Merge. It's very inspiring to watch you. It makes me feel like if you can make it, then I can make it too. Yeah. Well, I will say, if I can, then you can too. Yeah, maybe I'll lay a foundation. You could just follow my lead. Okay, so let's maybe get an outline of this guy. He doesn't really do what I need him to do too much, but let's come back to this. Let's take a look at what this page looks like now. So here's our layout. So we got this one, this one, this one, and then we got the bigger one, this one. So let's put this down there. Pretty cool. Whole page. I wish I had the page number. I knew what the page number was. Not too bad. Look at that, guys. That's not too bad. So you start off with, whatever. And then we ended up with this. So we only got one panel left, which is kind of interesting. It's going to have to team up with that other panel. And then from there, I'll just do some shadows to kind of add to it. And then we'll codify it. And I don't think there's really much more that needs to be done. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good. It's a page. Okay, so let's take, so we got one more panel to do. Let's get that bad boy done. And then I will end the stream, and then I'll come back. That's the way we're going to do this, guys. I'm going to do one page per stream. That's my new formula. What do you think? I could do multiple pages in one stream, but at least one page. For the most part, when you're at this stage of the book. Okay. Where are we at here? So we got this one. Now we want to copy this one. Get rid of this. Let's make sure this matches. Does it match? Almost. Something like this. Okay. Then we get in here, and what are we going to do? We're going to drop the opacity on this one, actually. No. We'll do it the other way around. We'll drop the opacity on this one, and then we'll see what we want to borrow from it. So I say we borrow pretty much everything except for, well, we got a lot here already. So how do we do this? Did I start my 5 minutes yet? No, let's not. Okay, so I'm actually going to block out this, get rid of this, and this, because we don't need any of this. We know that. I don't need none of these puffs of steam. That's gonzo now. No puffs of steam. Let's get rid of this top layer. I don't know what's going on here. And then we'll actually just keep what we got here for this leg. And then also what's going on with these guys. All right. So then now it kind of lines up a little bit. Let's see. Okay. I think we're good in here. All right. Let's go for it. And then we'll merge this up. That looks fine? Yeah, that looks fine. Does that look fine to me? Asking myself questions. Is this acceptable for my stream? Absolutely. And then JobBot right here is kind of a cool image. Man, you know what I missed out on the chance of doing though? The better way to do this would have been to have JobBot at the top of the ramp and then the shadow casting all the way down the ramp. And then you could see the shadow cast on the character's face. But we're too far. And this is really what causes the stuff to last so long, is because you can keep improving things over time. But then you just end up in this rigmarole of never really getting anything done. Okay, 5 minutes has begun. And let's do it, baby. Okay, so then this should connect here for sure. Should probably make sure that matches, but for now, we'll just do this. And so, actually, let's put some mud pillows here. Whoa, whoa. So this. I guess we could still do a shadow right here. Or maybe the shadow kind of goes like this. Ooh, yeah, it's still doable. And really what we could do is we could make the background all light, right? So we'll light that way moving forward. And then so we got some pillows that are screaming like, oh no. Yeah, we got it. This pillow's happy. Okay, so we got that. Ooh, this one's going to take maybe 3 sets of 5s. I'm just not going to be able to get it done in 5. We need some of those rails from the door from the previous panel, so we could probably borrow those. So we can come back at some point and do that. There we go. It's an interesting image. About a minute left. Let's get some texturing in this. I always forget to put mud on the mud pillows, funny enough. All right, we've got 10 seconds. I hope the Space Cats never come across a giant ball of yarn planet, because they would not be able to escape its hold on them. That's a pretty clever idea. I mean, I think there's some sort of comparable idea with this in that. The pillows being. All right, let's merge these up. All right, let's see what we got here. Still a little rough. It's not the end of the world, but I'd really like to. Well, you know what? Let's just put these in place, huh? So this is our before, and then this is after, right? Oops. How come that's affecting you? Sometimes the interaction with my tablet will trigger my laptop, and they're not connected at all. It's such a weird thing. So strange. I'll have to ask Drew about that. Okay, so we got this one, this one, this one, and then our new one. Is that this one? Yeah, this new one. So we're giving people a run for their money. Let's do some lighting, which is really what people love. You know, good lighting will do a lot for you. Ooh, there we go. There's our page. Look at that. Not too bad, huh? That's pretty cool. And then let's drop the bottom layer. That's what it looks like, okay? So now we can kind of look at what we got and figure out what we need to do to make it a little bit better. So what I would say is we're in a tough spot in a sense that this is a lot of information for a very small amount of space, but I think people like that. Let's just get a little more clarity. I think I'm just afraid to merge these down. Don't be afraid, young grasshopper. You're right, voiced by head. Okay, so let's go down this way. And then let's bring it in. Okay, not bad. Something like that. And then these can stay where they're at. Maybe this one should get a little bit bigger. Okay, not bad, not bad. And then you have these layers. So now let's just merge these together. We're gonna make this. We're gonna take some risks here, okay? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 panels in one page. It can be done. No words too. That's what's kind of cool about a lot of the stuff I do. Okay, so let's do some shadows, huh? And we're gonna do that with a 5-minute timer. Okay. So I think what could be good is let's just start with a fundamental amount of shadow, right? So we'll start with this. Just a shadow underneath. Bam. And then we're going to lighten it up, right? We got that. And from there, we can figure out where the light's going to be by cutting things out. So, for example, our mud pillows will pop. So we got these should be completely out opened. So we'll do these ones and these ones. Oop. Yeah, every time I make a I press the thing on, I don't know what it is. Wow. It somehow triggers the laptop. So weird. Okay. So then, yeah, we got this. Let's go into this panel. What do we need to lighten up a little bit? Well, I'd say probably this steam that comes off here. Okay. I'm not sure if there's a faster way to do this, but we're going to do it this way. And with the style, I'm a little sloppy with it, and that works. Just got to be consistent. Even if you're consistently bad, just be consistent. It's something your boy struggles with, consistency. Okay. So then we got this. And then let's lighten up these mud pillows. Lighting's so important too. There's so much that can be done with storytelling with lighting. It's the same kind of thing. And then we'll actually even open up JobBot a little bit like this. Interesting. Yeah, we were able to kind of do what I was talking about a little bit. Oops. And then it's going to stop the music. So silly. Not too bad. We're getting there. We got a page that's coming together, but we're going to have to do another one of these outlines. Might be good to do maybe a layer of dark. So let's add another layer. We'll say maybe like something like this. Like this. It's going to be a little bit harder to see what I'm doing, guys. Just an element of what's going on here. And also, you think the ship would cast a shadow as well. So for whatever reason, Photoshop requires me to remove an entire layer when I'm looking at stuff like that. Well, let's drop it down a little bit. All right, there we go. So that's another layer of shadow. Can probably do another one in front of JobBot like this. There we go. That's the look I was looking for. That really communicates. Look at this page. Oh my goodness. I'm impressed with myself. These shadows really do it. It's just, you know, you got to commit to getting it going. All right, now that we're in here, is there anything else we'd like to do? I think let's just do a 5-minute thing of touch-ups, right? And then we're going to put this in the book. This is an interesting approach to to the process of making these because this is actually something I was told not too long ago, that like, don't focus on making 100% of the drawing 100% better. Focus on making small portions of the drawing just a few percent, like a little bit better. Okay, this will do it. And I don't want to... Actually, why don't we redo our job bot here, since he's a pretty important guy. And actually, we should probably highlight his screen, right? Oh, actually, this can stay that way. What we need to do is get rid of this portion of it, yeah. And then this needs to be opened up more. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's an interesting image. That's not too bad, huh? We did it, y'all. We got a page done. It's a pretty significant page, too. Let's maybe get some of the shadows off of here. Let's highlight around this guy. Some highlights. Cool. That works a little bit better, and it would probably be good to outline JobBot. Why don't we do that a little bit? Just a little more clarity for y'all. Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Maybe what we can do on one of these panels is maybe put a little bit of a light shine. Actually, you know what might be good is in this panel to put more darkness. And then actually this shadow should go all the way. Whoops. Oh, and then there also should be a shadow underneath here, right? Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Then probably should put one more right here. And then we got to come in here and erase. There we go. Wow. And you can kind of see how I can just keep going and going. Right? Why not add more texture to this, to this, to this? There we go. So let's merge these down and we got a page done, huh? And then let's go ahead. Oops. There we go. Not too bad, huh? All right, now let's put this where the other one used to be. This is story B. Ooh, I'm excited for this. This is good stuff. So this is what the panel was. All right. Let's just take it in. It was just 2 pieces, right? Where are we at here? We're at about 2 hours. So this is what the page was, and now this is what the page is. So let's do a little before and after. Before, after. Before, after. There we go. So I think this is a really good way to do these streams, which is that, you know, I get, oh, let's shrink this a little bit. There it is. All right. So we got a page done. And in order to kind of keep up with the consistency of this project, I'm going to take a break and handle things in my life. Where are we at here? About 5 o'clock. This is actually more of, what would you call this time? This is more of, what's that, rush hour time? So people are leaving work and stuff like that. I'm probably just going to go to the gym real quick and maybe do some cleaning up. And then once I get centered there, I'll be back and we'll do the next page. Sound good? All right, y'all. Be good. I'll be back soon. Take care.